All right, curious minds, strap in. We're about to dive into something truly fascinating today. Imagine a classic, almost forgotten gem in a brand's crown, a piece revered by enthusiasts, suddenly bursting back into the spotlight, not just with a facelift, but, well, a complete wardrobe transformation. That's the story we're diving into with you today. Our deep dive is all about the Longines Conquest Heritage Collection, specifically the quite significant expansion it's undergoing for 2025. Our mission to unpack the array of stunning new colors, the pivotal introduction of a sleek steel bracelet, and really explore what fundamentally makes this collection special. We'll also try to understand why these updates aren't just minor tweaks, but a potentially pivotal moment for Longines itself. And this whole exploration, just so you know, is based on a detailed article discussing these new colors steel bracelet for the Longines Conquest Heritage. So to truly grasp why these updates are such a big deal, we kind of have to go back to the very beginning of the Conquest name, don't we? The heritage in Conquest Heritage isn't just a label, it signifies something, well, foundational for Longines. Why is this name so important to them, historically speaking?
Yeah, that's a great starting point. What's fascinating here is that the Conquest collection wasn't just another line for Longines. It was actually their first collection to be officially trademarked. This was way back in 1954, registered with the Swiss Federal Institute of Intellectual Property.
Wow, okay, first one.
Exactly. And you have to understand, this was a profoundly pivotal moment for the brand. By organizing their models into distinct identifiable collections like this, they vastly increased product recognition.
Makes sense.
Branding, absolutely. In an industry where brand identity and recognition are, everything, this strategic move allowed them to create immediate associations and build stronger customer loyalty around specific product families. It was quite forward-thinking for the time. And that strategic approach has definitely endured. Today, the Conquest name refers to two distinct sub-ranges. You've got the modern Conquest line, those are their versatile all-rounder models.
Mhm.
And then there's the Conquest Heritage, which focuses on those beautiful vintage-inspired watches, the ones that meticulously maintain the distinctive 1950s design elements of the original.
Okay, so even with that rich history, it seems like the Conquest heritage wasn't always, let's say, front and center for Longines. In recent years, they seem to focus heavily on the modern Conquest, even relaunching it in 2023 as this, highly versatile, semi-elegant, semi-sporty, everyday watch. Despite its undeniable charm and historical relevance, why do you think the Conquest heritage somehow remained in the shadows compared to maybe other retro-styled models in Longines' portfolio? Was it just focus?
You've really hit on a key point there. While it had this wonderful foundation and an undeniably nice, historically relevant design, the brand's strategic efforts were clearly elsewhere for a period.
Right.
Perhaps it just wasn't getting the marketing push or maybe the diverse options it needed to truly shine in the market. However, we did see a recent catalyst that, brought renewed attention to this specific heritage collection. That was the launch of the highly appealing Conquest Heritage Central Power Reserve.
Yes, I remember that one.
That certainly got people talking and, well, it hinted that maybe more was coming down the pipeline for the heritage line.
Yeah.
But even with that buzz, if you were looking for the classic time-only model within the Conquest Heritage line, your choices were, frankly, quite limited until now. You essentially had just two case sizes, 38 millimeters or 40 millimeters.
But just black or silver dials, right?
Exactly. Only black or silver dials to choose from. It definitely wasn't a huge range of options, which probably constrained its broader market appeal.
Well, that's certainly changed. This year, the expansion for the Longines Conquest Heritage is described as drastic, which seems fair. From just 4 references, distinct versions in the past, the collection now jumps to a massive 18 models in total. And that's not even counting the special year, the Snake Edition. Is this sheer number indicative of a new strategic push from Longines, moving beyond just relaunching to truly scaling their heritage offerings?
Oh, absolutely. I think scaling is the right word.
Yeah.
This isn't just about adding a couple more options here and there. It's a clear strategic repositioning and a sign that Longines is really scaling up its heritage segment. The core reasons for this massive expansion, the array of new dial colors, and, crucially, the option for a steel bracelet, they're designed to inject significant versatility and choice into the line.
Making it more appealing to more people.
Exactly, making the collection far more appealing to a wider audience. But what's impressive, I think, is that while they're adding so much variety, the core design elements remain exactly the same. You still get those popular 38 millimeter or 40 millimeter sizes, the identical thickness of 10.8 millimeters, and that overall design language that collectors already appreciate. They didn't mess with the core formula.
Good. And the case itself, it's polished steel, right? With that real elegance and retro charm. I love that flat bezel, the box-shaped sapphire crystal, and those nice short lugs. It wears well. But I was particularly intrigued by the case Becky mentioned in the article. It's got this 18K yellow gold medallion with an engraved and hand-enameled fish motif. That's interesting because you noted past gold models of the Conquest Heritage actually featured a constellation instead. What's the significance there? Why the fish now?
That's a fantastic detail to pick up on. And yeah, it's quite significant. The fish motif is actually a nod to one of the original Conquest models from the 1950s. Some early versions featured this same emblem on the caseback.
Oh, okay, so even earlier history.
Precisely. By bringing it back, Longines is digging even deeper into its archives, connecting these new pieces to an earlier specific design language. It predates the more commonly seen constellation motif, which is often associated with slightly later Conquest models. So it adds another layer of, let's say, historical authenticity and distinctiveness. It even differentiates it from its own recent predecessors. It's a nice touch for enthusiasts.
Very cool. Okay, let's dive into the dials themselves. They're all domed, you say, and feature the sophisticated two-tone effect. How's that achieved?
Ah, right, a sunray brushed base combined with a circular brushed ring positioned right under those signature triangular double-faceted applied markers. That sounds quite refined.
It is. It adds a lot of visual depth.
And a key detail, all models maintain an elegant no-date display, which I personally appreciate. It really helps preserve that clean, vintage aesthetic, don't you think?
I agree. Keeps it very pure to the original concept. Now let's talk colors. The new sophisticated hues. Longines has added a beautiful blue, paired with rhodium-plated indexes and hands. Very classic. But then there are two bolder colors, a rich green and a warm brown. And both of those are paired with striking rose gold accents on the hands and markers. What do these specific color choices signal about Longines' strategy here? Is it just about offering more choice, or is there maybe a deeper play to attract a different demographic?
That's a crucial question, I think. Beyond just offering choice, these new colors, especially the green and brown, which, we've seen become quite popular across the industry.
Definitely trendy right now.
Exactly. They signal Longines' intent to maybe elevate the Conquest Heritage's perceived status, make it feel a bit more contemporary. These aren't just the safe, traditional watch shoes. They're more fashion-conscious, perhaps. And they might resonate more with a younger demographic who appreciate vintage aesthetics, but also demand modern palettes.
So broadening the appeal.
I think so. This isn't just about more options. It's likely a strategic repositioning of the collection to appeal to a broader, perhaps even more trend-aware segment of the market. It really shows Longines is paying close attention to current consumer tastes.
And good news for fans of the existing ones.
Right. For those who love the originals, the existing silver edition with its yellow gold contrasting elements and the black edition with its rose gold accents, they remain untouched. And importantly, all these colors, the new blue, green, brown, plus the existing silver and black, are available in both the 38mm and 40mm sizes.
Excellent. Okay, let's move from the outside in. The engine powering these.
Right, transitioning from aesthetics to the mechanics. What's truly impressive here, under the hood, is the caliber L8 88.5. This is an automatic movement that's developed exclusively for Longines, and it's based on the very robust and proven ETA 2892 architecture.
Okay, a solid base, but with upgrades.
Yes, and some really important ones designed for optimal performance in today's world. It features a silicon balance spring that's excellent for magnetic resistance and long-term stability, pretty critical now with all our devices. It operates at a frequency of 3.5 hertz, which is 25,200 vibrations per hour. That offers a good blend of accuracy and durability, and a big one, it boasts a significantly longer power reserve of 72 hours. 3 days.
3 days, nice.
These upgrades are really vital for you, the wearer, because they directly translate to enhanced performance and reliability. It means the watch will keep more accurate time, resist magnetism better, and run for a full weekend off your wrist. It firmly puts it in line with, or even ahead of, many competitors at this price point in terms of specs.
That's compelling. Now, beyond the new colors, the other major update to the Conquest Heritage Collection, something many watch enthusiasts, myself included, have probably been hoping for, the introduction of a new H-link steel bracelet. This feels like a big deal.
It is a big deal. It offers a totally different look and feel compared to the straps, immediately expanding its versatility. And, standardizing on this H-link style might also be a shrewd operational move for Longines.
How so?
Well, it potentially lowers production complexity compared to having multiple bespoke bracelet designs across different lines. And it allows them to offer a really compelling integrated package at this price point. It sort of democratizes that coveted integrated bracelet look that's so popular right now.
Good point. And the bracelet itself.
It features both polished and brushed surfaces, which adds a distinct touch of sportiness while still, maintaining that classic tool watch adjacent feel. It's secured by a practical folding clasp, and importantly, it includes a micro adjustment system.
Oh, crucial for fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic for getting that perfect fit on your wrist throughout the day.
And for those who maybe prefer a more traditional, elegant look, straps are still an option.
Yes, absolutely. Don't worry, all these new references can still be worn on a classic black or brown alligator leather strap. And those come complete with a rather nice heritage-inspired steel pin buckle.
So what this all means for someone choosing a watch is, well, just incredibly more stylistic versatility right out of the box. You get direct options for different occasions or just different personal styles, which is great. Okay, let's talk practical details for anyone listening who's now quite interested. Availability and pricing. The new Longines Conquest Heritage models are now available directly from the brand, is that right?
That's correct. They should be hitting boutiques and the website now.
And pricing does it very much. Okay, so whether you choose the 38 millimeter or 40 millimeter diameter, the pricing breaks down like this. On a strap, they retail at EUR 3,200 or CHF 2,750. And if you opt for the new steel bracelet, the price is just slightly higher at EUR 3,350 or CHF 2,850.
Yeah, and if we connect this back to the bigger picture, these price points, especially considering the added options of new colors and that really nice steel bracelet, truly solidify the value proposition here.
Seems quite competitive.
It really does. When you factor in Longines' rich history, the specific movement upgrades like silicon and the 72-hour power reserve, and just the undeniable charm of these heritage pieces, it presents a very compelling offering in that competitive mid-range luxury watch market. It feels like a strong play from Longines to capture a wider audience without compromising on their core heritage appeal.
Right. So to sort of wrap up our deep dive today, these new colors and the much welcomed introduction of the steel bracelet truly represent a significant evolution for the Longines Conquest heritage. They've drastically expanded its appeal and versatility while crucially staying absolutely true to its vintage roots and those distinctive design elements that made it a classic in the first place. We really hope this deep dive has given you a shortcut, maybe, to understanding why these specific updates matter in the broader world of watches, and perhaps what they signify for a brand like Longines, which is always doing that balancing act between its rich tradition and the demands of today's market.
Yeah, and it does raise an important question, maybe something for you to consider after listening. What does such a substantial expansion of a heritage line like this tell us about how watch brands are navigating that delicate balance? Honoring their past while trying to meet the demands of today's diverse consumer tastes. Will this trend of re-energizing classic lines with more modern options, more colors, more bracelets, will that become the new standard? Or are there maybe risks involved in broadening the appeal too much, potentially diluting the original charm? Definitely something to think about until our next deep dive.